Hey, what's up, guys? We are back with another video. Like I said, this is going to be a bit of different videos in addition to doing vlogs and other stuff that you usually see on the channel. But today I wanted to do a quick discussion, and this is basically discussing Konami versus other tournaments. I mean, as we all know, there's for in real life, there's really only like two really big tournaments that a lot of people really attend is, which is like the YCS Ultimate Time Wizards and the RBT series. I mean, I know other stores host their own stuff, but I equate those more like just like local, like big tournaments like 1Ks or how here in the Chicago area we have our Chicago monthlies at TGS, and other stores are starting to do their own monthlies too. So that's kind of where I would equate like those other like 1K or 2K tournaments, but for like the the top of the top, like most prestigious or competitive events, we always look towards RBTs and Ultimate Time Wizards as far as IRL goes. I mean, I know there's like other stuff online like Peak of the Beaks and whatnot, but right now I'm just focusing mainly on like RBTs and YCSs. Uh, so first of all, new RBT was announced, IRL RBT. Uh, and that's going to be, I mean, as you see here on screen, this is E3's video. We could just play a little bit of what he when he announced it a couple of days ago, and yeah, let's see what he says.
This is so hype. So, next year, I have partnered with a Collectors Expo, as well as Toyota, to bring to you guys RBET at Collectors Expo. This will be the first RBET held in a convention hall. There will be guest appearances from some very cool people. Some of you may know Dan Green. Some of you may know him. I don't know. Some of you may know. Is it Eric Stewart? I believe. Some of you may know Eric Stewart. Some of you may know him as the voice of Seto Kaiba. Some of you guys may know Dan Green as the voice of Yugi. They will be making appearances at the RBET as well. Yggdrasil Materius is back. Yggdrasil Materius.
Yeah, so I mean that in itself is pretty big. They are starting to have special guests just like YCS's, and it's really starting to go toe to toe with YCS events. And the fact that this is also going to be at an actual like expo or convention, there's like an outside event going on, and watch his video on this in case you want to find out like a bit more details. I'm sure more and more is going to come out the closer we get to it. Uh, but to my understanding, like a registration to the tournament also registers you to uh, the rest of the expo, which is pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, the main thing is like this is really starting to go toe to toe with what we get from YCSs. And I actually have another page pinned over here with a Facebook discussion, which I want to go through and I guess throw a bit of my 2 cents on it as well. Uh, let's focus a bit better. Here we go. So we got Sterling Bash posted this in the group Yu-Gi-Oh! Time Wizard Format Hub on Facebook, and I remember reading this and just having like some agreements with it. So let's just go through it really quick. So Sterling said, just a reminder for everyone, Edison format and Goat, Tengu Hat, etc. are very grassroots, and we don't need Konami's blessing to keep playing it. Konami simply wants to support Time Wizard so they have control over it, similar to how WOTC, I believe that's Wizards of the Coast, wants to control over Commander. It scares Konami to have a format that they have no control over, siphoning players from advance, not spending new money on products because it's uh, an internal format with a fixed card pool that players already own. Unlike with advanced, our cards don't become obsolete with time because some ban lists invalidate our decks. Konami is not necessarily our friend, just as Nintendo isn't friends with Melee players. We should be happy that Konami is supporting our popular retro formats, but we shouldn't become reliant on them. Uh, so yeah, I remember reading this post and having a lot of agreements with it. Uh, and I mean, as we see, RBTs are starting to uh, really rival what these YCS Ultimate Time Wizards are. And I don't want to say that we want to like blatantly throw like hate for Konami, because like at the end of the day they are still supplying a pretty high prestigious tournament to us, and a very good competitive tournament for us, which brings out the biggest numbers up to date. I mean, Nats was almost 500 people, uh, and RBTs are yet to get close to that. I mean, I think what do we have as the biggest RBT? A bit over 200 or something like that. But I mean, now with this inclusion of the next event coming up, like I feel like this one might be pretty close to the biggest Ultimate Time Wizard we've had so far. But at the same time, like so, like first of all, yeah, like I said, we don't want to like really make Konami angry, because like we don't want them to try to like cancel or ban us from having these other tournaments such as RBT. And as far as I know, like I know Keegan has good relations with a lot of the reps in Konami, which is why he's able to host these events. Uh, but at the same time, we gotta like let them know, like, hey, sometimes we feel like maybe you guys could be doing a bit better as far as like running the events, pricing for the events, and uh, yeah, I mean that's kind of like the main things, like pricing and how the events are ran. I know a lot of these events, there's always a lot of confusion with either like rulings or timing, as far as like announcing when the time of the round is up, or actual start of the round, like when pairings are going to go up, and everything. But and I know pricing is a huge one where top eight only gets the same mat as people who just do the side event do. So top eight gets a win a mat. Only first, second, and third gets a bigger prize, and even after that, like first gets an insanely big prize as compared to the other ones. But again, I still want to respect all the tournaments. I mean, it's good to have multiple tournaments. It's kind of like I like to relate it to sports, and specifically like soccer, because I know big teams, they play in different tournaments, or pretty much any teams, they play multiple tournaments at the same time, and each tournament has kind of like their own prestige to it, right? So like you have your you could win like the Premier League, and then there's also the Champions League, or like you could win a Euro, and then there's also the World Cup. It's all kind of like levels. So I think most people hold Ultimate Time Wizard as the highest, so that would be kind of like your Champions League or World Cup, while RBTs are still kind of like your Premier Leagues, La Ligas, Serie A's, Euros, Copa Americas, and stuff like that. Uh, and which they're still really good, and I really do appreciate Keegan for giving us a really competitive event to go to. Uh, but I mean, Konami still has that ultimate, like I guess the highest like prestigious uh, as far as like prizing goes and everything, because like that first place prize is so insane compared to even what RBT has to offer. Uh, But I mean, like I said, RBT like three ulti kais is like that's pretty much like more than halfway there to what you get for an RBT. But the prize spread out throughout the top eight and top 16 is definitely a lot better for RBTs. And yeah, I mean that's kind of the main thing I wanted to discuss regarding these types of events. Uh, I guess the other thing would be like the competitiveness. I feel like the concentration of like really good players is better in RBTs versus Nats, where Nats you still have a lot of people who are more casual that just want to enjoy the old format and stuff. So I feel like a lot of the rounds in Ultimate Time Wizards are a bit easier, over where almost every round of an RBT is like a really good player. I mean, that's just from personal experience myself, but like I said, I still hold Ultimate Time Losers just a touch higher as far as prestige goes than RBT, uh, and it's also probably because like I haven't won one yet myself, so it's still something that I am looking to achieve, uh, and and yes, I would like to know what you guys think. Let's start throwing some discussions in the comments. And yeah. So this is gonna come out on today, which would be Monday. Don't forget we have a schedule. Next video will be up Wednesday, and then we have another one up for Friday. So please subscribe, like, and all that. I would appreciate it. Aside from that, like I said, go. Let's start a discussion in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all on Wednesday.